I want to take just a minute and go over some of the things that we recommend when you're recording a SofTutor project. Let me make this full screen. Ideally, you want to have a Pentium 3 processor. Most of our computers have a Pentium 3 550, but if you have a 1 gigahertz Pentium 3 or faster, you won't have any trouble. Minimum of a 20 gig hard drive. Also, you can have Windows 98, Windows ME, Windows XP, Windows 2000. You can probably even go with NT4. In any event, we recommend a 17-inch monitor, relatively fast video board. But again, SofTutor was created to run on a 486-33, so you can get by with running it on a slower machine, as long as you keep your frame rates down and your colors down. Soundboard, just a Sound Blaster or equivalent would be better. Again, the better the graphics board, the better you can record things. If you wanted to record video games, you'll need a really fast video board. Either a CD RW drive or a high-speed internet connection to get the recordings to us so that we can process them. You could also use a zip drive if you wanted to. And if you really want to, you can probably get a FireWire hard drive and just send us a hard drive, and we'll copy the files off the hard drive and send it back to you. One of the things we recommend when you're creating a class is to create a table of contents. SofTutor projects are kind of like making a movie. What you can do is basically create a table of contents and then just record stuff out of sequence that matches your table of contents, and then fill in the pieces as you go along and you learn more about the product. You can kind of put it all together. So we have one video clip that corresponds to the name of the table of contents item, and an example file if you're going to be following along. If you want somebody to follow along with you, you want to include an example file that begins the same place where your video begins. So if you're going to start drawing something or you're going to start working in a document, you want the document to be the exact same document that you used in your example file. So again, name that video file or name that example file the same as the video file and the same as the table of contents, so we can keep them all together. Another thing is you can add multiple choice questions for each clip. You can do a multiple choice or true-false if you wanted to do a test. Here's an example of a table of contents that one of our instructors did for IDEAS Master Series 6A, which is a CAD program that's used by some of the automakers in Detroit. So here's a table of contents. He's going to create a 3D part in SDRC. And then he's going to do an introduction to the SDRC lab, a review of the interface components, drawing a profile. So he might start and say, well, I know how to extrude a profile, so I'm going to record this one first. So he'll record a video clip and save the name as 1.5 and give us an example file that's 1.5, or you can use 1_5, and then however that file would end. So in this case, it might end in DWG or TXT or something like that. So just as long as we know what video corresponds to what entry in your table of contents. And again, up here, like Chapter 1, this does not have a video. It's just an introduction. It tells us what videos you're going to talk about below it. Again, here, 1.12, display commands. This doesn't have a video associated with it. It's the heading for this section down here. So there's a video 1, you could call it 1_12_2.avi, and then give us an example file that's 1_12_2, you know, something .text or however it ends .doc or .xls for Excel. and then you can give us questions. Here's a multiple choice question for this section, and here's a true-false question for this section. So again, if you set up a table of contents, it basically helps you focus on what you're going to cover, and then you can just jump around. The next thing you could do is record this video. Then you could record this video. And basically, if you have a table of contents printed out, you could just highlight the things that you've recorded. So you can record this all out of sequence, record auditing, and keep going and save some of the harder things for last. And then you can learn about how to record them and record those last. Or if you needed to set up a connection to the internet or you need to do some kind of work, you can save those for later. So again, we'd like a table of contents from you. Here's examples. Basically everything that I've said is typed out. This is a document that you can get from New Vision Software Technical Support, and it gives you an idea of what we want to get from you. Again, most of your videos should be relatively small, 2 to 4 minute segments. And then you can FTP. This FTP login and password may change. Our FTP server is different, so you want to call us and ask us what the current FTP login and password is. Again, if you have any questions, you can mail us at support@softutor.com. You can send CDs, and our mailing address is going to change in September. We're moving to a newer building. So right now, that's the proper address. There's also a 114 East Main, which we accept products at too. 130 South Caner, which is on our package. But just give us a call first and ask us, and we'll tell you where to send stuff to. Okay? Thank you very much.